All right, here in this video, we're going to share with you exactly how you can build an entire AI automation marketing agency in 30 days without even spending any money. So that means no buying websites, no buying software. The only thing you're going to need potentially is a 30-day free trial to the CRM marketing software that you're going to need to run your business. And you're already going to get clients and get paid before you even get a first bill. What I've done is I'm using this application here to just copy and paste a script I already have available for you inside Agency Accelerator. So if you join here today, we can get you set up, picking a niche, building your website, and have it all done and looking like this. How does this look? It's pretty amazing. All this was done using a simple AI script. I just copy and paste into this free software, this free app, to build us out an entire website. All right, so that's pretty cool. That's just one of the things that we're doing here. And if we go back, I'm going to share with you a quick presentation overview on the 5 steps. So we're going to build a thriving automation marketing agency in 30 days. And the only cost is for a little piece of software or maybe some leads that you want to buy. So we're just estimating it might cost you about $396 like that. All right, so this is the fastest, no bullshit way to build it. And it's not super glamorous, but we are using a lot of AI to do it. And we're using the most effective strategies ever. And these things have been tried and true marketing strategies. Marketing agencies have been around since the 60s. Not much has changed, that's for sure. And all we're doing is going to do the fastest ways to get clients and focus on client acquisition. 90% of our time should be focused on understanding the market, understanding your niche, building information and data off of that, working a small amount of leads and closing 2 or 3 of those leads. That's all we're going to be doing. Okay, so outside, marketing agency hasn't really changed that much. There's marketing, there's sales, there's onboarding, there's fulfillment, delivery, and retention. This exact flow of customer acquisition has never really changed. Right? You market out to them. You might run ads, you might do cold email, you might post on social media, right? And then people come into a sales funnel, right? They message you. They're like, oh, what do you have going on? And now there's a 3-step sales process that we follow that's extremely easy, that even someone that's never closed the sale before can do. And we go over that in much detail in Agency Accelerator. And I actually work with you one-on-one and we coach you through the process. So we'll actually go back and forth and role play. And so you know exactly what to say and how to say it and what kind of responses to give, say if they throw you a curveball, right? So we're going to make it super easy. So you're basically just interviewing potential clients rather than you're trying to pitch them. We're going to be selling with love, selling with value, rather than trying to hard sell them into some package and make them sign this contract. No, we're going to make it super easy and natural, like just a natural conversation. Right. So don't think about sales. Think about it as consulting for free until you close a deal. So onboarding, there's an onboarding process that we have, right? So someone comes in, there has to be an exact process that they feel like, okay, they actually know what they're doing. It's called a kickoff project. Maybe you start some kind of project inside of Slack where you can drop information in, or using ClickUp or some other tool, or it's just by email. In the very beginning stages, we just keep it simple and just go emails back and forth or jump on a quick call or meet them in person. Fulfillment is actually 80% about communication. It's not really about the actual work, which is crazy because you're offering a service. So that means you have to share and explain your expectations, meet those expectations, and then try to exceed those expectations. So under promise, over deliver is the method that we use for fulfillment. And we cover that more in detail again inside the program. All right, delivery. When you deliver a project, are there going to be revisions? We're going to be doing AI lead gen. Don't have to really worry about those types of things. That's why I don't like doing things like content, websites, graphics, because that is a lot of work. You got to do a lot of revisions and I don't got time for that. So delivery is pretty simple. It's just ongoing 24/7 delivery of leads and the AI automate of the follow-up of those leads. Now, as far as your client goes, it's just the regular check-ins twice a month, monthly calls, and basic reporting, nothing too fancy. And again, most of that can be done automatic. So what's the problem here going forward? The bottleneck is essentially the time and energy on onboarding, fulfillment, delivery, retention. If you don't have a good product and good offer, that's going to be hard to close clients. If you have a good offer, but you don't deliver on your promises, then you lose them and you don't get referrals. So these are the types of things that we really hammer into every single of my coaching students inside Agency Accelerator. We have to be really careful on that. You want to bring on one client and then turn that one client into 5 clients rather than turning one client into 0 clients, right? That's the difference. So once you get that key client, it just takes 1 or 2, they can potentially be your marketing. They become your advertiser, your marketer. If you've done a good job and you've done well over delivered, you get that testimonial, you get that video case study, and then you're off to the races. And just like that, you go from 0 to 2 to 3 clients to $30,000 a month in income. That's as quick as it's really that simple. So you go from 1 or 2 clients to 10 clients by following the exact processes that we've laid out in Agency Accelerator, along with my coaching to make sure you maybe don't mess up any of these steps, right? Before you lose a client, before you pick the wrong niche, or before you spend all of your time and energy on things that don't really matter. That's the biggest thing I've found after working with hundreds of people that are trying to build a marketing agency is they start focusing on everything that doesn't matter. Let me build out a website. Let me think about 10 different niches, or I need to hire someone. Like, no. So that by itself will save you probably years and years of just making the same mistakes that everybody makes when starting a new business, specifically this agency model. Right now, there's other things, of course, and we try to limit that as much as possible so that you can spend all of your time on just acquiring a client, setting up the client to get results, maintaining that relationship. And that's what it is, managing relationships, and then building it from there. And let me skip ahead here. A no fancy website, like I showed you in the beginning, we actually just built out the website for you using AI prompts. And then we also use the software to just have a place where people can sign up. But the way that we're doing it is you're not really spending time and energy on building out websites and thinking about color schemes and all that. It's just the key is we're interfacing with potential new customers as much as possible, interfacing with the market. 90% of your time should be interfacing with a niche you selected and working with them, getting them on calls, interviewing them, finding out what their pain points are, what their needs are, how many leads a month they need, what other possible things they might want, getting that data. So that's what it is. Interfacing with the market solves all of your issues, all the questions that people have been asking me over the course of the last 5 years about, oh, what about this niche? I don't know what niche I select. I'm like, okay, did you talk to 3 to 5 business owners within that niche and interview them and get them on a call? No. Okay, there you go. All of your questions are literally answered by interfacing with the market that you want to serve. You are here to serve them. You're not here to guess. So how do you serve them best? By asking them questions, by talking with them, going into the office, going into the business location, talking with their staff, understanding what issues they have, and really understanding them. That's what sales is. That's what you are. You're just a middleman in between them and their customer. You provide them the customer by a very simple method of just how we do it is Google and Facebook, right? Just simple ads, simple SEO, all running to our system, our CRM system that automatically puts them into the system and can schedule bookings, right? And because that's what they want. They want booked calls, or they want to fill up their calendar, or they want to keep their employees happy by having a steady stream of contracts and jobs on the line, depending on the niche, right? Every niche is a little bit different, and we talk about that. We dive into every single niche specifically, all the major ones. There's about 50 and 10 to 20, 25 that we recommend. High leverage revenue activities. What's that? Here's the things that everybody does in the program. And this is the number one thing that I love doing is cold email. So we're using Instantly. And now this is the thing that I was talking about. We set up 9 mailboxes. We use Leads Rapidly. We have other tools and other applications available. So the idea is we have AI find the leads for us, email the leads for us. And then all we do is when we have someone with a positive response, the software tells us, it gives it to us like any Gmail account. And we can just reply to that potential booked appointment. They might have already booked or they might have a question, right? So we have all the scripts, all of the many layers to that. And we've done this for about 5 years with over 700 installations of the cold email. And now this might seem like a lot. Like, how the heck do I set this up? It takes about 3 to 4 hours if you're doing it yourself. If like how to set up email accounts and cold email a little bit. If you have no idea, it could take you a long time. Or you could use the guy that we have inside Agency Accelerator. He does it for you very simply. You can jump on a call with him just like you can jump on a call with me. He'll get a couple notes here and there and just deliver it to you within 72 hours, ready to go. And then within 21 days, you can start actually getting appointments booked on the calendar, because there's a little bit of a warm up period when it comes to cold email, right? So making sure that you can actually inbox. Most people do cold email, they never inbox. So what's the point of sending out thousands of cold emails a day if you're never going to inbox, if it all goes to spam? We'd like to get about 98% inbox rate, which is insane, to be honest, for cold email. But that's the system we have set up here. And we're not the only ones doing that. Of course, like we've done this 700 times, but there's hundreds of other agencies doing this. Agencies that are doing 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year, even $1 million or $2 million a year, they're using this same exact approach. And it's the best way overall. You don't need to pay for ads. So this is way cheaper. And it gets to the point. Now, B2B, you can do cold email. If you're doing B2C, you can't be doing this strategy. But if it's B2B, you can do cold email in this way, but we want to target specific people. The list is the key. The riches are in the niches, but the riches are also in the list that you build from the correct niche. So that's all of part of the Agency Accelerator program. Step by step, we have 10-minute videos along with my support in there, the DMs. I'm active every single day, and we're just adding more and more content to it. All right. So how do we write the cold emails? We have everything done for you already. We can just give you the entire document. Everything's done. But basically, yeah, keep it short and punchy. We did like a bunch of one-liners, very simple. And then we offer something for free. Part of our program in Agency Accelerator is building you the best possible offer. Now, of course, we're using AI lead generation automation, but we're going to talk specifically for your niche, what those needs are and how to build out the right offer with the right language, like marketing, the copy, everything, so that you can really start getting a lot of responses with cold email. Right? You can get a 10x return on your responses by building a better offer or giving away something free. And we'll talk about that. Guarantee results, things like in that nature. Other ways to get clients right now without really spending any money. Cold email does cost some money, but what doesn't cost any money is Upwork. So Upwork, Fiverr, but I like Upwork a little bit more. And I've spent about $500,000 on Upwork, but we've also made a lot of money on Upwork as well. So many contracts can turn into a large project. So basically you get a contract for $100 consulting or $500 consulting, right? And then that turns into $2,000 a month. So it doesn't work all the time, but if you have the right offer and it fits the right audience and niche, guess what? There's people in there looking for your help every single day. So it doesn't really cost anything to get started in doing this. So you can do custom applications per day. That does cost a little bit of time, right? And you can look at the numbers here. So say you get 3 projects, a closed deal will cost you about $66, a lifetime value of $1,000. It's a 15x ROI. And our average ROI for Facebook ads, B2C, is what, 2.5 to 3x. For B2B in the agency space, it can be about 10x. But with Upwork, and you're going to be putting your work in, like your actual hours, it's going to even be a 15x return on investment there. And the same thing, you want to optimize a landing page. And again, we talk about this in the program on how to optimize and set up your Upwork account, and specifically for the niche that you want to target. So this is very niche specific. We work with potentially home builders. Here we do leads for home builders and XYZ or whatever niche, right? Communities. I've done this where I've spent a few minutes here and there in different communities, whether it's a warrior forum or a school community or a Facebook group. And that has netted me $50,000 from one conversation, $10,000 from another conversation, $7,500 from another conversation. And if you just do this for a couple minutes a day, that's all we're doing. So I like to post in the community every day, build up the repertoire and then branding, and then figure out what the problems are in the community, give away value for free, never sell, never try to pitch anything, ever. Just offer value, free value, free value. Doing this over time will get you up to $20,000, $30,000 a month by just doing that. So if there's a real estate community and you want to work with realtors, right? There's a lot of them. That's a big one. Just for example, that's probably one of the biggest ones because there's so many. And then other different types of communities, there's other things you can do, of course. And it just keeps going, right? From that point, you're going to get referrals and really build from there. Some example, like you can deliver every project with custom video, right? TV documentation, leave positive reviews on your client pages. You want to go above and beyond. This is something I always do. Every time I get a client, I do customer reputation for them because I'm actually working with them. I can actually give them a positive review if everything is going right. And then we can leave positive reviews, no fake reviews. Just small things like that definitely are useful to do. And we always, as soon as we start delivering on the projects, we get the project done immediately within those first 30 days of acquiring client. Then we get them on a call, we show them the work, and we're like, wow, this is great. Cool. Do you know maybe a couple other people that you could recommend me to right now that might need the same thing? And you want to get them really quickly on the call live, like whether it's on the phone or a Zoom, you want to do it in person. Otherwise, if you try to email them later on, 6 months down the line, hey, could you send me some referrals? It's never going to happen. You got to do it in the moment while it's hot. All right. And consistency is the key. That's why we created Agency Accelerator, so that you can have, number one, a community where other people are around you all doing the same thing. Number two is you have the accountability of other people and you have the program laid out step by step. And you also have me available to you in the DMs. And number three, the consistency is we have an entire program and protocol to help you stay consistent. So that's including health, wellness, diet, nutrition, habit building, affirmations. It's literally the entire thing that I've been working on for about 15 years. When I started out my business, it took me about 3 years to make really any money. And during that time, I was listening to Jim Rohn. I was listening to Russell Brunson. I was listening to some of the early days of like tapes. So you actually had to get the tape and put it in. And now we have social media and you can get everything available to you. You can learn how to do anything. You can listen to all these stuff, but we break it down after 15 years of trial and error, working with coaches, life coaches, health coaches, wellness coaches, of every different types of experts. We're bringing in every single element of that to create the perfect protocol so you can stay healthy. And once you're healthy, you can stay focused, no brain fog, no issues with distractions, just staying consistent. And we show you different ways to eliminate other distractions, whether it's social media and so forth and that. If you're on the computer and you're constantly getting bombarded, we have ways to get rid of everything. All right. So I think the video has gone on long enough, but I think you guys understand the point of this is basically an overview on how to build a $30,000 a month AI automation business if I were to start from scratch. And at the very most, you don't even have to do cold email. You don't even have to spend the $400, but that's what I would do step by step. And we have an entire system and platform ready for you to actually help you achieve your goals with the Agency Accelerator. I will leave the link down below this video somewhere so you can sign up and join our community. And where we run it every single year. This is 2025, so we're in currently version 3. And every year we just keep adding more AI, more ease of use, more assets for you, and then more community so that you can reach your goals even faster. At the rate now that AI is actually going ahead so fast, it's by 2026, like our 80% of our program will be AI. So basically you just jump in, you feed AI this, you feed AI that, you feed AI that, and then boom, you have the entire business set up within a week. Right now, we set up the entire marketing agency for you within 21 days. We'd like to get that down to 3 days. So every day we're working on how to make it easier for you so you can just jump in and just get it done quick. By doing this consistency, this is the key. 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day. If you're going to the gym 1 hour a day every single day and you never miss a day, you're going to get jacked. But if you do 6 months and then you take 3 months off and then do 6 months, you're not going to get as jacked rather than doing consistently. So 3 days a week, that's all part of the program as well. 3 days part of the gym program. And for hiring, I don't recommend it. And again, closing thoughts is learn the agency life cycle, the exact blueprint that I shared with you. I go over it in a very detailed video within Agency Accelerator on how we scaled out a $60,000 per month marketing agency. And just copy our systems. We have SOPs, whether it's Facebook ads, YouTube ads, automations, AI tools, and a cold email. And spend 80% of your time prospecting or interfacing with the market, getting market research, getting on the phone with these potential customers. That's all you have to do to get successful. All right, we'll keep it at that. Link will be down below so you can figure out how to get inside Agency Accelerator today, and we will talk with you soon.